Cleveland was rocking and rolling this weekend. We'll tell you who were the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees and what famous celebrities were in town.
Students volunteering for Make a Difference Day on Saturday. Find out what projects they worked on and how they made a difference in their community.
A dock collapse in Georgia left some dead over the weekend. Hear about the impact it has on the community.
Elon Musk is possibly in some legal trouble after offering money for citizens registering to vote in swing states. All these stories and more as Kent Stater TV starts right now.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Kent Stater TV. I'm Josh Aponte.
And I'm Anthony Leonardi.
Some Kent State students decided to make a difference on and off campus this weekend.
Our reporter, Michael Neenan, has more. Hi, Michael.
Hi, guys. Saturday was Make a Difference Day, where students and other volunteers donate their time to help the community. On the fourth Saturday of every October, Kent State's Community Engaged Learning brings in volunteers to help with projects on and off campus for Make a Difference Day, a national holiday meant for helping others.
I was a big volunteer, I loved to volunteer when I was really young. And so me and my roommate wanted to volunteer.
Volunteers split into groups to work on their projects, such as making tote bags out of shirts to hold groceries for Flashes Fighting Hunger.
My favorite part about volunteering is being able to touch different areas of impact and touching on everyone who is in need.
Another group created literacy kits meant to help children learn to read.
We choose a book, we create not a supplemental material like enhancement, but actually material that the child can retell the story with not necessarily having the book in front of them.
A few other students even went downtown to help clean up the city with Main Street Kent.
We gotta keep the area clean. Downtown Kent's a really nice place, and I don't want it to be ruined. I really enjoy coming down here with my friends on the weekend especially.
It's important to us to keep things clean and looking good so people feel good when they're downtown. So I think it just shows a level of care for our community, and our volunteers love having lots of opportunities to make a difference downtown.
For those interested in volunteering, be sure to check Community Engaged Learning's website for more volunteering opportunities. Reporting for Kstv News, I'm Michael Neenan.
Thank you, Michael. Now pivoting to other local news around Northeast Ohio.
Trinity Chapman is here to tell us more. Hi, Trinity.
Hello to you guys back at the desk and everyone in Portage County tuning in. I'm Trinity Chapman, here to update you on some local news you may have missed over the weekend. Starting off with a Ravenna woman suffering life-threatening injuries from a car collision this past Friday. The woman was going westbound on her motorcycle when she struck the driver's side of an SUV along Route 59. The motorcyclist was then taken to Portage Medical Center, then airlifted to Cleveland Medical Center due to the severity of her injuries. As of right now, the other driver is not injured and there is no further information at this time. The Summit Election Board is set to hold a hearing this Thursday to review U.S. Representative Amelia Sykes' eligibility to vote. This is a result of the board's investigation on the allegations of Sykes not residing in Akron, where she is registered to vote, but Columbus instead. However, neither Sykes nor her opponents are required to primarily reside within a district. Sykes denies the allegations and says, quote, "It has no merit," end quote. Finishing off with a Portage County probate court officer being arrested for allegations of theft. Jennifer Urbania started her career with the courts in late July of this year after passing a BCI background check. Judge Patricia J. Smith has requested an audit on all financial records Urbania had access to. Although the allegations came from a past employer, Urbania has been placed on unpaid leave. That is all the news around Portage County I have for you tonight. I've been Trinity Chapman with KSTV News, and now we are joined by Sophia with the weather.
Your first forecast on Kent Stater TV.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sophia Sonato, and I am here with your weather report for tonight, tomorrow, and into your week. Looking at what's currently going on in Kent, it has shaped out to be a beautiful day. It is currently 74 degrees and feels the same way. It is very bright and sunny as it has been the entire day. Wind is going northeast at 8 miles per hour right now, providing some wind to kind of cool you off after the heat that we've had today. And that moon phase is currently in waning gibbous. Moving into my forecast for tomorrow, it's going to be more or less of the same. It's going to be a high of 78 degrees. This is going to be beautiful, folks. We are currently in a heat wave right now for the month of October. There's going to be lots of sun and variable winds, but all pretty light. They're only going to be going about 5 to 10 miles per hour southbound, and the UV index is only at 4 out of 11. So don't be fooled by that high temperature. It's not going to be as bright as you'd want if you wanted to get some last-minute tan going. Moving into my on-campus forecast for tomorrow, 8 a.m., the sun is already out and bright and shining with only about 12% cloud cover, folks. That is not precipitation, just clouds. And it's going to be humid, so be wary of some dew that you might have on your windshields. By noon, it's going to jump up to 70 degrees, and that sun is there to stay, but the clouds will cover a little bit more at about 24%. And by 4 p.m., the clouds will be entering a little bit more at 31% cloud coverage of the area, reaching our full high of about 77 degrees. And that's all I have for now. Stay tuned as I take you across the state of Ohio, as well as let you know how long this heat wave will last.
Thank you, Sophia. A man is left dead after being struck by a car in Cleveland. The incident happened around 1 a.m. last night in the area of West 2nd Street and Huron Road. Cleveland police and EMS found the man as well as the vehicle that struck him on the scene. No arrests were made, and the incident remains under investigation.
And a Cleveland man was found guilty of shooting and killing a father from Euclid in December 2022. His name is Bobby Buchanan Jr., and he was found guilty for both the murder and a non-fatal shooting that happened a month prior to the murder. Police say that Buchanan shot 50-year-old Anthony Wynn at the Shell gas station on the corner of St. Clair Avenue and East 100th Street. Buchanan will receive his sentence on November 19th and is facing a minimum of 32 years and up to life in prison.
Ohio voters may have some more time to fill out their ballots. Early in-person voting hours in Ohio is now officially extended. The times will be 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, which leads to the weekend hours that start October 26th. Saturday, the hours will be 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sunday, 1 to 5 p.m. A full schedule can be found on the Ohio Secretary of State's website. A helicopter crash in Houston, Texas leaves 4 dead, including a child. We'll tell you the details and what are the implications of the crash.
The Biden administration is providing assistance in North Carolina after the deadly Hurricane Helene. Find out more about the support for the state.
Today, the world could use a little more understanding. Understanding nurtured by shared values. We come together at Kent State. Different dreams, different viewpoints, united by purpose. Preparing to make a difference in our divided world. Wherever you are in your life's journey, come learn with us. Begin at Kent State.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool. She's my superhero.
Good job, kitty cat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
tomorrow's news leaders.
Today's top stories.
From an award-winning student newsroom.
This is Kent Stater TV.
Your community.
Your stories.
Welcome back. The Ohio Lottery has reported a winning rolling cash 5 ticket that won an $874,000 prize. This fortunate player in Canton won an almost record-breaking jackpot on Friday, October 11th. Lottery officials say it was the second biggest jackpot since the $1.1 million jackpot won in 2012, and it surpassed the previous runner-up winner who won $850,000 back in March.
Downtown Cleveland was rocking Saturday, and it wasn't for the Guardians. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inducted its class of 2024 over the weekend. The inductees span multiple genres such as hip-hop and pop, not just rock. They include Cher, Mary J. Blige, Dave Matthews Band, Peter Frampton, Ozzy Osbourne, Kool and the Gang, Foreigner, and A Tribe Called Quest. The ceremony was held at Cleveland's Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse.
And ahead of the storm, this is your KSTV weather.
The White House is launching a new program to help those affected by Hurricane Helene. The Community Liaisons program will be put in place in North Carolina. The Biden administration also approved $300 million in assistance across the state.
Helene killed hundreds of people across the southeastern U.S. late last month. It was the second deadliest hurricane to strike the U.S. mainland in the past 50 years. For more on weather, we'll take it to Sophia Sonato.
Yes, thanks guys. Welcome back everyone. Right now behind me, we see temperatures across the entire state of Ohio, so let's jump in from left to right with Cincinnati, which is currently sitting at 75 degrees, as well as Columbus and Athens. Toledo, surprisingly warmer than everyone else up north, is currently sitting at 79 degrees. The Akron-Canton area is looking at 73 degrees, and Pittsburgh, on this wonderful Victory Monday, is looking at 77 degrees. Now zooming into the northeastern part of the state, also going from left to right, Sandusky is sitting at 77 degrees and Mansfield is sitting at 75. Worcester's at 73 degrees, Cleveland is at 75. Kent is sitting at 72 degrees, Ashtabula is at 77, and Wytown, my town, is currently sitting at 75 degrees. Going into my forecast for the week, as I had mentioned, tomorrow is going to be just as beautiful of a day as we've had today with a high of 78 degrees and a low of 57. On Wednesday, it'll cool down just a little bit with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 48, with some clouds rolling in the afternoon and staying through Thursday morning. And it's going to be a lot cooler than it was earlier this week, folks. It'll be a high of 58 degrees and a low of 38, so don't keep those summer clothes out for too long. Come Friday, it's going to be cloudy with a high of 64 degrees and a low of 47. And this weekend, as you can see, is a little bit chillier than what we've been dealing with recently. It's going to be a high of 57 degrees on Saturday with a low of 37, and it'll be cloudy. On Sunday, it'll be a high of 55 degrees and a low of 36, but that sun will come out and stay with us on Monday for a high of 65 degrees and a low of 50. And with that, my report ends here. For more on your weather forecast for the rest of this week and into your Halloween weekend, you can tune in right here with us at KSTV. From the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Sophia Sonato.
Thanks, Sophia. Good evening, Portage County. I'm Lexi Blatnick. We come to you with plenty of news from the Houston helicopter crash to updates on the first assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. A fatal helicopter crash took the lives of 4 people, including a child, last night in Houston, Texas. The helicopter collided into a radio tower, knocking it to the ground. It was a private touring helicopter, according to a local city council member. According to Houston Mayor John Whitmire, the helicopter's destination is uncertain. A dock collapse in Sapelo Island, Georgia, left at least 7 dead and 6 critically injured Saturday. Before the collapse, crowds were celebrating a cultural festival in honor of the Gullah Geechee people. President Joe Biden and Georgia Governor Brian Kemp said they were heartbroken over the tragedy. Engineers and specialists are investigating why the bridge collapsed. Security concerns are growing with an increased number of drones flying over sensitive areas. In February 2022, a military base, Langley, Eustis, shot down a Chinese surveillance balloon. 10 months later, the military base saw drones fly into restricted areas for 17 days straight last December, according to the Wall Street Journal. The drones were not shot down, though, as current law restricts the military from engaging with drones that are not considered threatening. The task force responsible for investigating the first assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump has released its findings. The force based the report on 23 interviews with local law enforcement who attended the Butler, Pennsylvania rally. The report revealed that there was a lack of communication and security failures during the attempt. The task force also found that the attempt was preventable and should not have happened. An official report will be released by mid-December. For more updates and stories, tune into KentWire.com. For KSTV, I've been Lexi Blatnick, sending it over to Josh and Anthony at the news desk.
Thank you, Lexi. Members of the Central Park Five are suing former President Donald Trump for defamation. The lawsuit comes after Trump made comments about their case during the September debate with Vice President Kamala Harris. The group filed the suit because they never pled guilty, yet Trump said they did. The 5 men were wrongfully convicted while they were teenagers for sexually assaulting and beating a female jogger in Central Park in 1989. The teens spent years in prison until DNA evidence was used to prove their innocence.
And Tesla CEO and ex-owner Elon Musk is giving $1 million a day to registered voters in several battleground states. Musk said, quote, "All you have to do is sign a petition in support of the Constitution. It's very straightforward. You don't even have to vote," end quote. Musk hopes that giving away the money will boost registration and support for former President Donald Trump. However, experts warn that this could actually be illegal.
The Supreme Court will not hear an appeal from Michael Cohen. The former attorney for Donald Trump sued the former president and other officials, but the courts dismissed the lawsuit. The case was dismissed by the justices without any comment. At the time, Cohen was serving a 3-year prison sentence for campaign finance violations, but he had been released due to the pandemic. The Deshaun Watson experiment for the Cleveland Browns might be officially over. We have more details on the quarterback's injury and what the future holds for the team.
At Kent State University, student athletes from around the world find their home away from home.
My dream has always been to come to the United States and play basketball on a college level.
I'm going to be the first graduate in my family. It's a big thing for me.
The faculty members here at Kent State are incredible.
I feel like Kent State, it has all the opportunity in the world.
Northeast Ohio is the ideal place for them to excel athletically and academically. From the moment they arrive, students are surrounded by a network of support that helps them thrive and achieve their dreams.
We are a family, so helping each other out is one of the most important things.
Straight away I knew I had people that I could count on. As soon as I got here, between coaches, friends that I met pretty early on, I feel like this is a second home now.
This is the place. This is it.
Coach Starkey, he always asks about how you're doing.
Our coaches are so supportive. They make you better athletes, and so many of those qualities are transferable. You're going to come out of here being a successful student athlete.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
This is your Kent Stater TV Sports Report.
Well, New York is already celebrating a title, and no, it wasn't the Mets or the Yankees. The New York Liberty won their first ever WNBA title last night. The Liberty defeated the Minnesota Lynx to a final score of 67-62 in Game 5. The New York Liberty had appeared in the finals 5 previous times before winning their first championship this year. And the Cleveland Browns announced that they will officially build a new stadium in Brook Park rather than staying on the lakefront. Former Cleveland Mayor Dennis Kulinich wrote a letter to the city urging them to take legal action. He said the letter that he believes taxpayers will suffer greatly from the move. For more in sports, we'll take it to Jordan Hiles. And Jordan, what a weekend it was for Cleveland sports fans.
Hello and good evening, Kent State. We had a fun weekend full of action, and I am ready to get into it. I'm Jordan Hiles. Let's go. The Kent State field hockey team capped off the weekend with a thrilling afternoon road matchup against Ohio, securing a 2-1 victory thanks to an overtime goal by Eva Usos. The game started slowly, and just as it seemed the half would end without a score, Augustina Florio came in with a buzzer-beating goal, finding the back of the net with under 5 seconds left to give the Flashes a 1-0 lead. However, the Bobcats capitalized on their lone shot of the second half, equalizing the match 1-1. In the extra period, Usos took charge. The sophomore midfielder unleashed a powerful shot that clinched the golden goal. Kent State will return home to celebrate Senior Day in their final home match of the season on Friday, October 25th at 3 p.m. The Kent State volleyball team battled fierce to try and win their first conference match over the weekend. In a thrilling 5-set match against the Miami Redhawks, Miami took the first 2 sets. The Golden Flashes refused to back down, rallying to win the third and fourth sets, forcing a decisive 5th set in hopes of a reverse sweep. However, after a hard-fought battle, the Flashes fell 9-15. Despite the loss, Kent State's defense stood strong at the net, totaling 19 blocks, the best performance for the Flashes since 2009. Up next, Kent will hit the road to visit Ohio on Tuesday. It's a battle of Ohio as Cleveland welcomed Cincinnati. The first kick was fired away and picked up by Charlie Jones, and he's making his way up the middle. Nobody is able to catch him. Bell and Brown try, but they do not succeed as Jones scores a 100-yard touchdown for the Bengals. And this is before Joe Burrow even came in the game. Deshaun Watson is out and Dorian Thompson-Robinson is in. But that's not important. After 398 days, Nick Chubb is back and better than ever, scoring his first touchdown for the Browns. Is he able to save them this season? Coming up out of the half, Joe Burrow connects with longtime teammate Jamar Chase for an 18-yard touchdown to put the Bengals ahead even more. Time is ticking away for the Browns, and the backup quarterback DTR throws a deep shot to David Njoku to add some more for the Browns. But I just don't think that is enough as the Bengals are heading home to Cincinnati as the victors of Ohio. Unfortunately, that is all the time I have for you today, but you are in luck because KSTV's very own Sports Corner is live tonight at 8 to give you even more sports coverage. I've been Jordan Hiles. See you soon.
Thanks, Jordan. The Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson is confirmed to have suffered a torn Achilles tendon during the second quarter in yesterday's loss to the Bengals. He will undergo season-ending surgery, and many speculate this marks the end of his time with the Cleveland Browns. And I was at that game, folks, and it was supposed to be a welcome back game for Nick Chubb. However, the energy of the stadium did change when they started to cheer when he went down. And many of the players have been condemning this behavior from the fans. And, they disappointed the home crowd, and it wasn't a good look for Browns fans whatsoever.
Idris Elba is helping make strides in the African film industry. Find out what contributions the Hollywood star is making when we come back.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad!
Okay, here we go, throw it!
Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Come on! Go, Diane! Yeah, keep it going! Yeah! Go, honey!
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane! Woo! You got this!
Hollywood star Idris Elba has big plans for Africa's entertainment industry. Elba is launching a global entertainment hub for the film studios to be built across the continent. He plans to start the project in Zanzibar, where the government has already promised to contribute 200 acres of land. Elba says he hopes the move will open doors for young African creators to tell their own stories as well as manage their own money.
And for all the fruit lovers out there, today is just right for you because it's National Apple Day. Apples have been around for thousands of years, and some historians credit the ancient Romans for turning them into the sweet treats they are today. And in the 1800s, Johnny Eastman, more commonly known as Johnny Appleseed, was responsible for planting all these trees and educating farmers about them. Now, there are thousands of varieties worldwide.
Wait, I thought Johnny Appleseed was fake.
Me
No,
too.
he was real.
Really?
He was
I
real,
didn't
yeah.
know he was real either.
You know what's
that's
interesting
funny.
though?
Yeah.
They credit the ancient Romans for kind of popularizing apples, but I studied abroad in Florence this past semester.
Yeah.
Don't think I saw a single one.
Really?
Don't
No
think
apples?
I saw a single apple.
No apples. Huh.
Maybe modern day Romans don't like apples anymore.
Maybe.
Well, most likely.
I wouldn't consider them a sweet treat, though.
Maybe they're a sweet treat, but unfortunately that is all the time we have for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
For updates on all of these stories and more, check out our website at kentwire.com. I'm Anthony Leonardi.
I'm Sophia Sonato.
I'm Jordan Hiles.
And I'm Josh Aponte. Have a great night, everyone.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
My name is Liam Aberly. I am an assistant designer here at Yellow Cake. Everything I do currently is all stuff that builds on top of things I learned at Kent.
They had a different commitment to their craft or to their major. Part of that is just who he is naturally, and I think part of that he gleaned and honed at his time at Kent State.
There has been a bit of a budding scene here in Cleveland.